Hi everybody, Schooler here. Today I'm going to make a quick video how to make up some salt lick blocks for deer and other wild animals. It's a lot cheaper to buy a big block, and you can chop it up into smaller blocks because you can purchase the smaller blocks for about the same price as a big block, and you can get a lot more for your money this way. Now, I've done this before with different drill bits, and there's other YouTube videos online, and they end up using regular high-speed steel drill bits, and this salt will dull a high-speed steel drill bit in no time. And there was guys that were spending $20–30 on drill bits trying to drill through a block. Well, last year I tried it myself, and it came up with the cure is you get a concrete drill bit, goes right through it and doesn't get dull. And this year I'm going to use a bigger drill. I used a short drill bit last year and I had to put a lot more holes in it. This time I'm going to try this. It's a Vermont American 5/16 inch drill bit, concrete, 13 inches long. And I'm going to give this a try. This drill bit, I'll show you the price here. The drill bit with tax was roughly $8.53. The salt block with tax was roughly $6.41. You round it up to an even 15 bucks it's going to cost you for the, and then the next time you do it, you already have the drill bit, so you'll only be buying the salt. So this drill bit, as you can see, it has a carbide tip for cutting concrete. So it's ideal for cutting this very abrasive material, the salt block. Now I chose the 5/16 because a 1/4 inch drill bit, you can buy them very long like this too, and the 1/4 inch would go through quicker, but it is such a thin drill bit that I figured there's a good chance that a 1/4 inch drill bit would snap off in the middle of doing the job because it's so thin. It might not be strong enough. And the next size above this is a 3/8 inch. Now a 3/8 inch is a lot stronger. The problem is you're drilling a lot larger hole, and the bigger the hole, the longer it takes and the more waste you have. So I'm going to try this 5/16. I'm hoping it's the optimal size. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to put this video on a time lapse for you, and go ahead and make these blocks for you. So please enjoy watching. This is Schooler. Okay, welcome back, Schoolers. The Schooler channel. Okay, so as you saw in the time lapse, I'm drilling through this block with this 13-inch long concrete drill. Now, this drill came slightly bent right out of the package. Like I said, the 5/16, it's a pretty good size. I am positive now that if it was the 1/4 inch drill, it would either be totally bent or broke by now, because you're putting a lot of weight and stress on it, and I think that drill bit wouldn't cut it. The next size up is 3/8, and it would be much stronger, but you have to cut such a bigger hole that it would take longer and you're more waste, and it just wouldn't be worth it. So I think this 5/16 is probably optimum size for now. It's cutting perfect. It's not getting dull. I'm going to go to normal time filming now so you can see actually how long it takes to drill. I'm trying to just slightly line the drill up for squareness when I drill through. I am putting all of my weight directly down on the back of this drill right here, and just using the handle to kind of stabilize it, because you have to put quite a bit of weight down on this. I'll show you in a minute exactly what I'm doing here. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple holes here in normal time so you can see what it takes. You see, I square up the drill. You don't want to be this way or this way or this way or this way. You kind of square it up straight down. And when I start to drill, I pull the trigger and I'm pushing straight down with this hand as I drill. And I'm kind of locking my arm and just start bending my knees, and then you put your weight on it. And you just put all your weight straight down. Now you got to be careful, because you bend that drill bit like this, it's going to break. So you don't want to be bending on it. You got to make sure you're pushing steadily straight down. And watch when you break through. You want to be maybe on a dirt surface, so when you break through, you're not hitting concrete and hitting something hard. So I'm going to drill a couple in real time here for you and see if there's any more pointers for you. Ready? Okay, let me point something else out. This is a cheap $15, $20 drill. It's real high RPM, which is nice. A slow RPM, this would take you forever. You want a higher RPM drill. And this, when you're drilling these air vents, you don't want to cover these air vents all up with your hand, because this drill, it's under a lot of stress. It's going to get hot. If it gets too hot, it's going to shut off with the thermocouple inside of it. So as you're drilling, you want to go full speed, so that fan spins fast and cools it, and you don't want to block the air vents too much. And also make sure you're not running in reverse, because you're not going to get very far in reverse, but it could happen. I actually bumped it once, and I noticed right away, and you got to switch it back to forward, clockwise. Okay, I'm going to do another hole here for you. Line it up, put your weight on it, get it started, and go. Alright, so you see how long it takes to do a hole. I don't know what's that, I didn't time it, maybe about a minute, less than a minute. And so I have to do some more this way, and then maybe a couple through top. Oh, another pointer. You got this big indentation in here in the salt block. When you drill near that and it breaks through, don't continue and try to go straight through to the next surface, because this lip is on an angle. And the drill bit, when it breaks through, it wants to hit that on an angle, and it's going to walk the drill out, and it's going to bend your drill bit out, and you're going to break it. So drill one side, flip it over, and drill from the other side to break through on the ends where the holes are. Okay, if you see, this drill bit has a nice bend in it. It came out of the package like that. Now, I did try to figure out the high spot, stick it in there and bend it a little bit, but you gotta be really careful. This will snap right off. It's not soft metal, so as long as it's not wobbling too much, I just gotta live with it. It came out of the package like that. All right, and then I'll show you when I break it apart. Thank you. Okay, we're done drilling. You want to take your drill, make sure you blow all the salt dust out of the chuck, and make sure you spray some oil on that chuck right away, because that salt will ruin that chuck. Next time you go to use it, it'll be rusted solid if you don't. Also, same thing with the drill bit. Spray some penetrating oil on the drill bit so it's not rusted up next time you need it. Okay, so now we're going to just smack this block with a hammer, break it up into chunks, see what we got here. Get some glasses on it real quick. Okay. Okay. Okay, so you saw how easy that was. Here's the chunks you got. You can see all the drill holes. Okay, so here's what the blocks look like when you're done. We got 8 blocks out of this. You can make them different sizes if you like. Okay. Okay, so this is schooler. You see the amount of waste here. This waste you can always throw this out for to make a little mineral scrape for the ground or something. So we got 8 blocks out of that. We had 15 bucks into that. We only have 6.5 bucks into salt. So we got less than $1 for each block. And at the store, each one of those blocks, the small blocks, would cost you probably $7 a piece at some of the stores. So it saved you a lot of money. Took me, I don't know, 35 minutes or something to do this whole project. If you got the time, do it yourself. Okay, so that concludes this for making Deer Lick salt blocks. And thanks for watching Schooler Channel. Over and out. Plane going over. Of course.